Shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to you, fellow brothers, pushing out this word and truth and sincerity. I want to do just a quick little lesson, some commentary on two videos that I have here from RT, just highlighting, different events that are going on in Europe. And we know through experience how the elites move, how they operate. A lot of things go down in Europe before they, circle, all the way to the United States until they, come to the United States. So what we're seeing, and we're gonna watch some video here. We're seeing a third lockdown in Europe. And all over Europe, by the way, Italy, France, Germany, and those Edomites out there are upset because it's completely destroying the economy. It's taking people that were, once well off. They might not necessarily been super rich, but they were comfortable. They might have had, a shop, a diner, a different, a store, clothing store. And they were, they were the middle class. So basically the elites are coming down with their agenda, and they're shutting down, they're locking down everything. The same thing that's going down in the United States is just amplified in Europe. Let's go into it. We're going to bring some scriptures out.
Businesses shuttered, parties banned, national holidays cancelled. Social life is in a lockdown chokehold all across Europe as governments struggle to smother the pandemic. Well, some grit their teeth and
real quick, this is going to be a commentary real quick. As governments do start to open up, right, that's going to be tied, to these different digital passports, whether it be a digital, green passport or a digital pass in some sort or fashion, in order for you to retain those freedoms that you once had. Okay, things are not just about to open up and then you just go back. It's, life is going on as, normal. This was just a bad nightmare. No, this is going to continue. Okay, whether it be, the corona, or it be some other, catastrophic global event. The elites are going to use that to their advantage in order to bring in the new system, this beast system, in which you're going to have to receive an NFC, a near field communication device in your body. Okay, this is what everything is leading into. Okay.
Rebel. It's prohibition all over again, but with a twist. Saloons hidden behind false walls are now in vogue, as well as guerrilla picnics, as police comb through the undergrowth for party partisans. Europe is just one big speakeasy.
Look at the depths of this devil Esau Edom is doing to take away your rights, take away your freedoms. They're breaking into closed door parties. Okay, they're issuing citations. Okay, they're bringing in their force, the sword. Okay, the police force. Okay, that are heavily armed.
Youths are fed up, in my opinion. I'm more in favor of holding us accountable individually rather than banning us from doing anything. The lockdown does not correspond to what it should be, because people can leave Italy freely while we cannot leave our region. We can leave the house to visit friends during the day. If I go out of the house 10 times to visit 10 friends, I can do it. The vast majority are disregarding their obligations. For example, they're not wearing masks, they're not keeping the minimum distance. The first wave of COVID, then a second and now a third wave. A traditional way of life has been washed away by what very much looks like a tsunami now, the pandemic. And there's no sign of the tide turning anytime soon. In Germany, for instance, authorities openly admitted to creating a void of faith between them and the people.
Natürlich gibt es nicht den einen.
There is no silver bullet to end the pandemic, but we need clarity and resolve. We need transparent and pragmatic rules so that people know where they stand. Mistakes have been made when it comes to testing, to vaccinations, to digital solutions. The pandemic has held up a mirror to our country.
To digital solutions, to vaccines, to digital solutions. And you're going to keep hearing of these digital solutions. What is that? What is a digital solution? What are they ultimately saying? They're saying that they want to be able to tie all these different verification methods to a digital way in order for them to rule and govern through this beast system, okay, which is going to be headed by artificial intelligence. Okay, everything's going to go blockchain. You're starting to hear more about cryptocurrencies. You're starting to hear more about digital payments. The majority of America is already digital. Okay, you don't go to the bank and pull out all that money. You use a debit card or use a credit card, okay, or use a check. And those numbers are all wired and moved from one system to another. Okay, and this devil, he's bringing in this new system, the Great Reset. Okay, now it doesn't obviously happen overnight. They have to use different events to justify them bringing in this savior, so to speak. Okay, so you're going to keep hearing about these digital solutions as well as Maxine. Okay, that's going to be all in your face. Okay,
reflecting our compulsion.
You know, before, I want to get a scripture really quick before we continue, because we got a little bit more video. We got about 2 more minutes there, and then we got like another 2 to 4 minute video that I want to go into, because we're going to see an increase. The people are going to take more of a stance of violence when it comes to these things, okay, because they're upset. Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. The vision is speaking about the prophecy of destruction. Okay, all the prophecies that are going to come to pass, okay, including the MOB, the mark of the beast. Okay, that's the other video we're going to watch, which is, code word. They're using digital solutions, green passports. Everything is turning more digital. You're giving your children cell phones and they're getting digital. So everything's digitized. You have your own avatar. When you get on the internet, you're basically interacting with the World Wide Web through digital means. Okay? So they've been, gradually bringing in this system. And the system is going to be, totally controlled through the grasp of Esau, okay? Because you're going to have these particular digital passports to maneuver and do certain things, okay? And everything's going to be verified through a blockchain. Let's continue here.
To lay down rules for everything, our fear of taking risks, the shunting back and forth of responsibility. So, during pretty much
right, and you hear these things, and they all sound, Esau, he can speak really well, right? Let me bring out another scripture. And he didn't say anything. He really didn't say anything, okay? But when you really analyze what he said, it's basically, we want to lock down the earth. When we open things back up, we want to have total control through digital means. This is Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. He can get up there on a TV screen. He got the suit on. He got the tie. He's well dressed, well spoken, using all these different terminologies and these different words, which is nothing but another form of witchcraft, because you can use words on the right hand side, right? And you can also use those same words on the left-hand side, okay, taking advantage of people's ignorance and not understanding the meaning of words. That's why we're able, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai and the apostles and elders, they stress the fact of you need to know the meaning of words, because you can really analyze and understand what a person is really trying to say, especially somebody like Esau Edom, in which they know exactly what they're saying. Okay, so they're telling you in plain sight, yet the simple, they're not able to really differentiate and break these things down and understand the meaning. Why? Because you have to have an understanding of the Bible. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. The whole time that he's telling you we need digital solutions, we gotta come, be more pragmatic in our stance against the corona. We have to take more just BS. You can talk all, slick all damn day long. And the majority of people, they like that slick talk, right? You can talk slick and people love it because it's pleasing to the ears. It's like a song, right? But you're speaking. His words were softer than oil. That's the characteristic of this damn devil when he speaks, right? We really actually literally listen to what he's saying, not just allow things to kind of brush over like that digital solution. What does that mean? This is all going right back into the scriptures about the MOB, okay? And you're going to be, everybody that hears these videos, that hears about the Hebrew Israelites, we speak about it, especially here at Great Millstone, you're going to be confronted with it, whether you like it or not. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Because in all actuality, these people are out to get you.
Trust put in politicians to stop the spread of the virus is dissipating with every mixed signal they send, like this one.
Thursday, the 1st of April, as well as the 3rd of April, should be defined as calm days, with extensive contact restrictions and a ban on gatherings from the 1st to the 5th of April. The idea was a mistake. This mistake is my mistake alone. A mistake must be called a mistake, and above all, it must be corrected. At the same time, of course, I know that this whole matter triggers more uncertainty. I regret that deeply and apologize to all citizens.
Vaccines turned out to be no silver bullet against the coronavirus.
And you're going to continue to hear about Maxine, okay? The title of this video is Rising Resistance, see? At the same time that this Edomite is cracking down and trying to establish his new or order, greater set, whatever you want to call it, okay? At the same time that he's doing that, he's going to have rising resistance. And that's taken right out of the scriptures, okay? And we're going to get some of those scriptures, okay? So everything's making sense. We just read in Habakkuk, right? At the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come and not tarry. So everything that the Most High has spoken to us through the Holy Spirit about Esau Edom, how he's the devil, how he's going to take this one last stance against the Israelites and try to totally grasp control of the planet Earth through satanic means, it's coming to pass right before our eyes, okay? And it's not the way that it's portrayed on the TV, a devil with horns that's coming out saying that I'm the devil. No, these things are subtle. These things are deceptive, right?
Prompting even more contradictions.
We won't give this AstraZeneca vaccine to people over 65. It has been green-lighted for people over 55 with a medical condition.
AstraZeneca has an age restriction from 18 to 64. The Standing Committee for Vaccination recommends the use of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine on those over 60.
And surely, COVID dissidents are only adding fuel to the fire of the pandemic, but the more helter-skelter the official response to the crisis is, the more anarchic the public mood will get, as more people will be pushed and are pushed into the ruinous and very, very deadly arena of COVID denial.
We don't want to obey the rules that have been imposed on us. They impose on us how to think, how to behave. They impose measures that are devastating for our people. We don't want to tolerate this any longer.
See, them, especially them Germans, man, teaming, man. These low-level Edomites, they're upset. They understand the agenda of the elites, and they understand that all these things that are happening is really to enslave them and to take away basic human rights and to put them in a position to where they cannot, fend, to put them in a position to where they can't take care of themselves, neither their family, and they're going to have no source of income and no source or no way to make income and to live, peaceably. Okay, everything's going to be traced. Everything's going to be tracked. The government's going to have full say-so of your movements, when you can go outside, what type of job you can have, where you can live, how much food, the rations. You're going to start seeing rations of food. Okay, we have to make sure that everybody is eating. So you're going to only be able to have this amount of food. All right, universal basic income is going to be more of a household name. These Edomites know that, okay? Unlike the majority of you Americans that have no idea, you're in a spirit of mirth. And you have our people, Jake, that's in that spirit. And look what the devil's doing. He's cracking down. These Edomites are mad out there. They actually rioted and protesting. And if you Jakes were so into America, really, you would be rioted and protested. But it goes to show you how you Americans are completely oblivious. And the devil, he's giving you all types of stimulus too. Okay? A gift destroyeth the heart. Let's just finish the rest.
Go where we want. We can't come together. We can't see our loved ones anymore. And we think this is absolutely against our fundamental human rights. It's just not just some measure. They're depriving us of our rights, and we are reclaiming our rights here.
The biggest goal we have is to end this corona dictatorship, because I suspect what is still to come.
You see that? So now I want to go. This is the one. No, that's some BS. This is the one here. Okay. It says Italian job lockdown. March in support of business owners turns violent in Rome, because as Europe goes through a third lockdown with these different mutations, so to speak, coming forth, you have something called a double mutation. Okay, a double mutant, when two variants come together and they create a new mutant. As crazy as it may seem, this is what's being pushed out there. And they're going to continue to spin it to their pleasure to get their, agenda rolling here. How many views? 6,668. Okay, 666. But let's play a little bit of this video, because what we're seeing is things turning violent. Okay, and that's taken right out of the script. We'll get that real quickly. Okay, right after this, 2nd enters 15, and I'm gonna do a commentary on this too, because I want to highlight certain points and spotlight them and bring some scriptures out.
Well, the unrest was sparked by an extension to ease the coronavirus restrictions until the end of April. They include the closure of all non-essential shops and takeaway-only services for restaurants and cafes. And many venues have already gone bankrupt.
Right. If you do just takeaway, that's going to cut into your profit margin, because a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant, their whole structure of how they make money is for as many people to come in and sit down, and tips, and people want to sit down and eat food, not get their food in a styrofoam box, and it gets there 45 minutes later and it's warm or it's cold. Somebody been eating out of it, and then you don't experience that dine out experience. So this is cutting into these different shop owners where they thought, okay, we got through the second wave, okay, the economy's opening back up, okay, we can recover. It might take some time, it might be harsh, but we can recover. And then boom, the third lockdown, restrictions. So these people are upset, man. They're upset. Esau, he's losing his money. Okay, and this is all the plans of the elites to bring you to your knees so you can accept this system, and really to kill off a lot of people too.
Unable to withstand the financial pressure of a third lockdown.
You see that? Unable to withstand the financial pressure of a third lockdown. All right.
1 year. We're across live to Francesco Giubilei, the president of Future Nation, an Italian conservative think tank. Sir, thanks for coming on the programme. Good to have you with us today. Italy is going through a third wave of the coronavirus. Presumably, the government didn't have a choice but to extend this lockdown.
First of all, let me say that violence is always wrong. So the images that we saw a few minutes ago are not good images for our country, because the violence against the police is not correct. But in the second time, we have to say that there are a lot of people, a lot of...
and look at this look like the goddamn military. Excuse my English, my French. Okay. That's a big ass gun. Why why do they need that, man? For a virus? You can't shoot a virus. This is to shoot people, because it's gonna get that violent. Okay, it's gonna turn ugly. And this video is just highlighting that fact. Okay, and these things are going to increase on the planet Earth. Okay.
Owners of restaurants, a lot of owners of shops that are tired because they can't open, they can't work. I have here with me the Italian Constitution. You can see here the Italian Constitution, and the Italian Constitution, the first article of our Constitution, say that Italy is a democratic country based on labor. So if the normal people, if the citizens can open their shops, can't open their restaurant, how they can live? So I understand the people, we understand the people that go in the streets, that demonstrate and try to say their voice, but violence is not correct.
These restrictions have really had a big impact on the hospitality sector. What do you think the government should do to help and have that balance between keeping people safe and keeping businesses afloat?
How you know, we have a new government that is led by Mario Draghi, the former president of the European Bank. The problem is that this new government is linked with the past government, with the previous government of Giuseppe Conte. I think that we have to change everything. These people need more money because...
And that's the, that's going to be the new narrative, that we have to change everything. Okay? Meaning the way that we govern. And this is exactly what the elite, and the elites are not going to win. They're going to bring in the system because it's written in the scriptures. Yet the elites want a new system where it's ran it's a global. Everything's ran through one government, the new world order. Okay, through this technology. Okay, so you're going to start hearing more about, we need a new system. All these government officials are corrupt. And then here comes Esau Edom. He's going stroll his red ass in there and say, look, this is what we're going to do. And they're going to deem that as a miracle. Okay, we're going to come together. We're going to say peace. We're going to appoint different heads. We're going to form a new government in which this is going to be a global government, right? And this is how he's going to be able to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man may buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number of his name. Okay? And you see all these restrictions are because of the lack of being able to buy and sell. That's pretty much the lifeblood, commerce. Okay?
If you say to a owner of a restaurant, you can open until the end of April, you can't open until maybe May or maybe in June in the summer, they say, okay, we don't open, but the government has to pay us something. The government has to...
And the government is not giving them anything. Now, I want to kind of just keep, he talks a lot. You can watch, let's go here. You can watch the rest. I just want to kind of fast forward a little bit.
I think that the problem of vaccination is not linked with the Italian government. But
and you see how, you're going to continue to hear about the vaccine.
It's linked with the European Union. If we say for example, to Russia, to Serbia, to United Kingdom, to Israel, to a lot of countries out of the European Union, the situation, the sanitary situation is better than inside the European Union. The problem of Italy, the problem of Germany, the problem of France is that the vaccination campaign is very slow because we don't have the vaccines. But this is not the fault of our government. This is the fault of the European Union because the European Union is very slow to give us the vaccine. So,
and you're gonna see, you know, this is a prelude. This is a prelude. You're gonna actually see people giving these different health officials, or I should say, health practitioners, their arm in order to get the MOB, man, that chip. You're gonna see this same campaign, but it's gonna be turned up in the spirit. A lot of things gonna be going down. Okay, it's gonna be sci-fi. But I want to just get to, it's a little bit more here in this video, about 35 more seconds, a little over that. I want you to hear, I just want to highlight what he says, what is going to be the way to get out of this situation, and then we'll go into some scripture and close it.
We don't have some new vaccines in a few days. It's difficult also to reopen the country. But there are a lot of situations that are not normal. For example, if you go in a subway in Rome or in Milano, it is a crowd of people inside the subway, but the restaurants are closed. So there is something that is not working. And the only solution, I think, is to start a very, very fast vaccination campaign.
See that? And that's the end of the video. I'm sorry, I don't know why they did that. But he said the only solution is to start a very, very fast vaccination campaign. And they're going to use, the earth being upside down and people dying and this and that and this to justify that. Okay, and they're going to deem those who do not have that as bioterrorists, as people that don't listen to the government, conspiracy theorists, and they're going to especially deem us that read out of the Bible as terrorists, because we're breaking these things down and we're actually against what he's actually trying to accomplish. He's trying to accomplish a very, very mischievous device, okay, which you have depopulation there, you have world dominance, you have transitioning to man to machine, transhumanism. You becoming a perpetual slave under his system, right? Let me go right to the point. And this is 2 Esdras 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay? And this is the narrative that's being pushed, especially here in America. Jake is just going around beating up Moab and Ammon. And Moab and Ammon, they have already hated Jake, but they're being deceived by that. Because Jake is actually doing it, but they're being deceived by that witchcraft. Okay, you're gonna see more and more people fight against each other. You're gonna see more and more families break apart, and a lot of it's gonna have to do with certain people not taking vaccines, certain people not gonna take the chip, certain people not listening to the government, right? All type of division is being stirred up. Why? It's in order to fulfill biblical prophecy. Okay, all these things are here in front of us for us to understand, okay, and to meditate upon, and to okay, what is my role in this? What do I need to do? Right? Those swords are those killing instruments, so it's going to get violent. Right now, it's not super violent, but things are trending, right? Things are trending upward to more violence. Okay, because it's going to be a lack of bread. It's going to be a lack of funds. It's going to be a slowdown economically, and people are used to a certain way of living. And now they're being told you can't do that anymore. You can't open your business. You got to throw all that food away. Okay, you can't house anybody. You can't bring anybody into your business. You can't have a club. Okay, you can't have a coffee shop. But these big box stores are allowed to open and stay open because they're all part of that. They're all part of the agenda. Okay, to pretty much, draw you, force you into what they want you to eat, what they want you to buy. Okay, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. And this is basically what we're seeing, okay? Sedition. Okay, Italian job lockdown. March in support of business owners turns violent in Rome. And you're going to see this all around. We were just seeing that in Berlin, okay, with them Germans, them Edomites. All right, and you're going to see that, and we've been seeing, especially 2020, and, all type of riots and, going against the government, sedition. They try to charge Trump with sedition, took him off of mainstream, with social media, the so-called take away his voice, and all these things were done on purpose, okay, to set a precedent, okay. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, okay. It's going to come a point to where the people are going to be so fed up, they're going to be hungry, they're going to be mad, okay. They're going to be watching conspiracy videos. They're going to see that the government was saying one thing. Because the thing about the internet is, well, let me bring that scripture. His tongue, it shall fall. The thing about the internet is, right, is that everything's recorded. So you have these politicians, which everybody knows that the politician is, a snake oil salesman. But now you can just run that video back. Well, you said this. What about that? Then they got to come on and apologize. And then you continue. Okay, let me just get, he got the benefit of the doubt. But it's going to come to a point you're going to say, these people are going to say, to hell with that. We're going to come get you. Okay. Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. You see that? But let me go to 60. Let me go up, and we're going to read down. This is a beautiful chapter. I mean, you can kind of start from the top. Let me start from the top. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. And here at Great Millstone, we're telling you the enemy, that sword, the enemy is sharpening that sword. The enemy is taking the sword out of the sheath. Okay? And he already has his depopulation agenda full steam ahead. So all of a sudden it's going to be these mysterious things that are happening where tens of thousands of people, or even, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be perishing from the earth. And that's going to give them even more, excuse, okay, to come down with even harder measures. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. And it's nothing but a secret counsel of these wicked people that are in rulership. Okay, nothing that they do or say is for the benefit of you. Okay, they increase the loans for these businesses through the EDIL. Okay, here in the United States, if you have a business or anything, they gave you a loan. They gave you an advance up to $10,000, and then they gave you a loan up to 6 months of working, working capital to supplement you from the scamdemic. Now there's like, look, we're going to give you 24 months of worth of money, okay, to you businesses that were affected. Yet that is it's a loan, and they said that if you get over $25,000, you have to put up collateral. So they're pretty much baiting these people into taking these loans because they need them. And then what's going to happen when they're not able to pay back those loans? They're going to come and they're going to take all your goodies away from you. They're going to take all your, they're going to take your business. They're going to take your car. They're going to take your home. And they're going to own you. So he's doing these things and we see it. We clearly see it. We're not ignorant of Satan devices. Right? So we're asking Yahweh Shem Shai to hide us from that. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity who whet their tongue like a sword, right? And this man, a characteristic of the Edomites were they were a people that would use their sword to draw power, to gain power, okay? And their tongue is as a sword, right? And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? The bow, right? You have a bow and arrow, boom, you hit the target, you pierce the target, right? You get with a bow and arrow, man. You boom, it hits you. You might not die instantly, but shit, trying to take out that bow and arrow because the way that it's crafted, it's gonna cut you on the way out too, right? So they're shooting, they're shooting these bitter words, okay, words that if you have an understanding what they're saying, the words are you really you understand that they're trying to take everything away from you and to put you in captivity and to destroy you and your family. They don't give a good goddamn about you. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Yeah, and this really, the agenda is really towards you Israelites. And they have no fear. They jacking Jake up down there in Brazil. I wanted to do, Spirit might have me touch on it in another video about what's going on in Brazil. And they jacking Jake up down there. There's a whole bunch of Jakes out there. You know? They encourage themselves in an evil matter. Yeah, this whole agenda is an evil matter. Maxine, the digital solutions, blockchain, okay, lockdowns, restrictions, mask. Okay, a lot of things are coming out on the mask. I'm not going to really go into them, but hey, I advise brothers, and a few sisters that watch the videos, that if you do wear a mask, make sure it's one of your own masks, whether it's one of those sleeves or, you get a mask made maybe from a material to where you could breathe. I wouldn't get none of those N95s or those little paper masks, the blue ones. I wouldn't do that. Okay, there's a lot of things going on. Esau, Edom, man. You can search it up yourself. Okay. It says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And everything is a snare in the society. Snare upon snare, snare upon snare. And they're laying these snares and nobody's able to, fact check them. There's no transparency there. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native Americans, you're not in these meetings. Okay, you're not in these closed door meetings. You're not even in these open door meetings. Okay, you're not, and you have no say so in what laws are being, created. You have no say so about these restrictions and the limitation of your movement, which basically proves what? That you're a slave. Okay, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Yeah, this damn devil, the Most High created this man perfect in wickedness. So just, think about the power of Yahweh Shema Shah on the right hand side and the different mysteries that we, and understanding that we now are being enlightened to. On a spiritual aspect, right? We're talking about this on a spiritual aspect. Those who worship the Most High must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Yet you got to understand that the Most High is doing these things also on the left-hand side through the spiritual demon Satan. He's creating good and he's creating evil. So how crazy is that evil that the Lord's created? You gotta consider that. How diligent this man Esau Edom is. How he looks into everything. He's wiser than Daniel. And when he finds out certain things, the Most High gives him the ability to look into certain things, understand DNA to a point, understand different compounds and different animals, and in his mind, Esau wants to use them to destroy you. he doesn't want to use them for good, like hydro cells, where you can use water, okay, to build a car engine. You can actually have a water engine, and it runs off water, okay, which is pretty much unlimited energy. But Esau, he ain't gonna allow you to do that. Why? He ain't gonna make no money. He won't be able to taint it. He won't be able to destroy it. He won't be able to use it against you. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, yet deep and dark, man. We're telling the Most High is giving us that knowledge, man. Excuse me. Sometimes you gotta just sit back and just thank the Lord, okay, for him opening your eyes to see these things that are in the dark. So let me bring out, before I finish there, let me bring out another scripture. I wanted to bring this out the other day, but Spirit didn't allow. So let me bring this out now, because I was thinking about this. Let's start at the top. Isaiah 16:1. Arise, shine. Okay, the brothers on the highways and the hedges that are coming to this knowledge. Okay, but the believers are now shining. Okay, through this knowledge. Okay, through this understanding. For thy light is come. Who's our light? Yahweh Shai. Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Okay, now we are receiving the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit searches out all things. Okay, the Holy Spirit illuminates the whole earth. All right, and we're able, with that light, with that understanding, with the Spirit, we're able to see right through this man's plans, because the scriptures already give us a characteristic of what this man would do. Okay, how he would do it, and what manner in which he would do it. Okay, he's been totally identified and revealed. Okay, and exposed. And who has done that? Yahweh Shai, by sending his son. Okay, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. See that? The glory of Yahweh Shai is now risen upon us, and it's going to manifest in these last days when the Lord magnifies this word, which is going to magnify the prophet. Okay, and it's going to destroy the false prophet, because the false prophet is telling you something else. It's telling you peace and safety. It's telling you that it's okay to take a mark. It's okay to put a microchip inside of you. It's okay to get a vaccine. Nothing's going to happen. Let's party on the Pesach. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. And that's Esau, Edom, his darkness, which he tries to portray as light, but it's a dark light. There's different shades of light. Okay, and this man he has a dark light. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and that's through what? That's through all his lies. That's through all his hypocrisies. That's through him changing history. That's through iconoclasm. That's through all these different avenues in which he's able to deceive the earth. Okay, and gross darkness the people, and the people are in gross darkness, meaning outer darkness. They don't know up from down. They don't know left from right. You can ask the majority of the world population what's their nationality, and they wouldn't have a clue. They'll tell you what they knew, and could you blame them to a point? You couldn't, or you could, right? But they're deceived by Esau, Edom, and we were at that point one time. But now, as the scripture we read, arise and shine, for thy light is come. Now the light is upon us. Okay, now we have those spiritual night vision goggles. Okay, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee. Right, this is a prophecy. The Lord will rise upon certain men and women, mainly men. Okay, starting with the prophets, the apostles and prophets, to see these things and then relay these things. Okay, to the hopeful elect, in which the Most High is going to wake up in these last days. okay, to be like, oh, damn, it makes sense. You know, brothers that hear this word, like, man, this just makes sense. Why? Because it was set up from the foundation of the earth for you to hear this word, okay, in your appointed time and your appointed lot and come into this thing, okay, and to deny. This is all for the glory of Yahweh Shema Shai. There are certain people that he has set up, certain vessels from the beginning, okay, when he wrote out this story per se, when he wrote this story out, he had certain vessels that were going to be, okay, solidified and saved. And then also within that story, he will have certain vessels that were set up from the foundation before anything was created to be destroyed. Okay, it's very simple. I mean, it's you know, beyond, you know, hey, the Most High, you know, a lot of times you get lost for words. Okay, and his glory shall be seen upon thee, right? And how is the Lord's glory being seen upon us? Well, by him giving us this word and us able to break these things down and to see these things and to like, man, we honestly know what's going on. We honestly know, you know, why things are happening. Okay, and that's because of the prophecies that are written in these scriptures. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be able to see all these things come to pass right before our eyes, and they're faithful and they're true. Okay, and yeah, there is opposition. Yeah, there is disbelief within our nation and the whole world, but that's also written in the scriptures. So no, you know, nothing was you know, left undone. Everything was complete. When the Most High he delivered this book unto us, the book was complete. No stone was left unturned. You can answer everything. Okay. I'm back in Psalm 664. And let me start at 6 again. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. And that's, you know, what we're praying to Yahweh Shema Shai to speed that up, to shoot at this man, meaning to destroy this man's plan. And this man's plan will be destroyed. He will not, you know, accomplish what he has set in his heart to accomplish. It's going to be overturned and overthrown. Okay, first by the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's bring that out. Let's bring that out. Let's bring that out. I'm going to just kind of go right to the point. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed. Okay, there's the actual people on earth. Okay, the Edomites. And they all over the internet. All right, they all over the media. There's an Edomite right there. Okay, let's go. There's an Edomite right there. You know, everywhere you turn, Edomites. Edomites. Okay, you go any news outlet, Edomite. Right? Edomite's fake. Edomite. Well, he a Jake. He looked like an Edomite. Edomites. Okay? Edomites. And he exposed what, you know, this damn devil was doing, man. And Moab proud. You got the black woman, she everywhere. But, you know, just to make a point that every time you turn on the TV, especially when it comes to how you should live, how you should govern yourself, what to do, what not to do, Esau's right there telling you what to do and what not to do. Okay? And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. This word is consuming him. Okay? And he's like, damn, what can we do? What can we do? We have to find out a way to stop this from happening. All right? Yet it's not the appointed time, Esau, for us to get off the streets, which is coming. You're gonna get us off the, so to speak. You're going, in your mind, think you're going to get us off the street. But that's just what the Most High has set up from the beginning. Yeah, we already know that we're not going to be teaching We're not going to be teaching forever. We're not going to be going to camp forever. It's going to be it's going to be a different glory. Okay. The Lord, he got us out there for a appointed time. Okay. And then when he's done, we going to know. We ain't going to be out there still trying to, no, this is my block. Nah, man. Hey, that famine of the word is also written too. Okay. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is who? The prophets. So he's being consumed with the spirit. Okay. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. And that's Yahweh Shai coming with the mighty angels. All right. To destroy physically the power structure of Esau Edom. Right now, he's being consumed. All right. The judgments are being spoken about. All right. And his plan is being, revealed. And he's being revealed as the devil. All right. And through the testimony, the mouth, the spirit of the Lord's mouth, his plans are being ousted. And he's having a lot of opposition because the elect are rising up. Okay. But Psalm 64 and 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Yeah, suddenly it's going to come in a moment. Okay. So they shall make their own tongue. That's the point. To fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. Yeah. All that big talk, Esau, that you were speaking, all those lies, all that deceit, all that mischief, all that vanity, all that hypocrisy, okay, it's going to fall upon you, and everybody's going to see your shame. Okay, let's go back to Habakkuk 2. Everybody's going to see your shame, and people are going to point at you and to mock you. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. Because at this point, right, you're destroyed. Okay, you're destroyed at this point. The righteous and the wise are going to consider all these things, and we're considering these things now. Okay, these things are coming, to fruition now. We're watching as well as praying. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord. Yeah, because this man, he's holding us down, man. He's trying to destroy us. He will set up to take peace from the earth, and shall trust in him. Trust in who? Yahweh Shemal Shai, not Esau, not the Maxine. The only way to get to normal is a Maxine. Where is that? You got to wear a mask. Where is that in the scriptures? Okay, and all that and he gonna come with even more freakier stuff, more mischievous things, more things that don't make sense logically. But the people are in gross darkness, as we are reading in Isaiah 60, that they don't know what the hell is going on. Literally, they are in total oblivion, outer darkness, gross darkness. And all the upright in heart shall glory. And that's the time to party. That's when we're going to be glorying. We're going to be in that glorious body. The work is going to be completely finished. We're building this ark hastily. Okay. Because the Most High is going to flood this place again. And okay, boom. The ark is finished. Okay. The elect are sealed. Okay, and then that rain came down, and man, when Noah was on that ark, man, it was it was crazy, the water that just flooded the whole earth, it was rocking to and fro, and tsunamis, and the wind roaring, and that's how it's going to be in these days. Okay. Yahweh Shemal Shai, we're going to get into that chariot, that spaceship, and we're going to hide ourselves for a moment while we see that destruction. And hey, man, we're going to have them bodies, man. And I was thinking about this too, like a fly, right? A fly, they had them big eyes, and they got eyes, they got two eyes, but really when you break it down, they got hella eyes. And they're able to see things in a different perspective. They're able to see images in a different perspective. How much more the elect? When we get those new bodies, when we're going to be able to see all things at one time. What kind of, you can't even imagine that. You're gonna be able to smell what's going on. You're gonna be able to see all the people that were scoffing and scorning all at the same time, man, screaming they minds out, man, getting ready to get burned up in that nuclear fire. Okay, and that's gonna be a fearful day, and it's also gonna be a glorious day. Okay, it's only gonna take 1 hour for everything to be done. Okay, but I wanted to go back to Habakkuk. So, hey, Esau, Edom, you're finished. Okay, you're done. All right. And you're having all type of opposition, and your opposition against your newer orders is only going to intensify. Yeah, you are going, you are getting the masses, and that was set up through the Spirit. Okay. You were set up to destroy. You were given that sword. Okay, don't be proud. You're going to destroy a lot of people. That's your job. But you will not destroy the elect. The Most High is not, he don't care about the rest of the people. That's what you're not really understanding. The Lord is doing this for his elect. Because he's going to get so proud, he's going to come against us. And we're not doing anything to this man. Okay? But in his eyes, we're doing the worst thing that's known to man. We're exposing the devil for who he is, and he doesn't like that. Let me see. Let me see where I want to start. Let me start at Habakkuk 2:9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul, Esau, Edom. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Yeah, the most the elect is complaining to Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord is hearing all the things that you're doing. Number one, he sees all the things that you're doing, right? He has the holy angels, and he also has the testimony of the prophets speaking out against your red ass and this evil and demonic satanic system, beast system, 666 every goddamn where. Okay, whoredoms. Every woman is a whore. Every woman is a whore, man. I ain't met no woman. All right, I'm gonna say it like that. Every dude is a outright homosexual or a closet homosexual, or he cool with homosexual. He got a homosexual friend. Okay. Everybody justifies wickedness. Oh, I hit the explore. I think it's the explore button on my YouTube page. Or the app, and I was like, I'm just gonna see what's going on. It was Kodak Black, and he had a new video. Yeah, he just being a demon. Tattoos everywhere, hair looking all weird. Just being a demon. And people, I go to the comment board, and people bigging him up like, "Yo, I'm so glad to see you having fun." And so the people are not worried about righteousness, man. That's just one. They're not worried about that. Okay, people will overlook, you twerking on Satan just because they like the song. So these people gotta go, man. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. How was America established? How was America, created? What's the the backstory of America. How did the Edomites come into power? And you will see that they came into power through the means of the sword, through destroying the Israelites. So you have to pay for that. You touch the apple of the Most High's eye. All right. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts. Let me see. Yep. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. Because ultimately, the Most High, He wants the whole earth to be filled with His knowledge. As the waters cover the sea, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunk, and also that thou mayest look on their naked. See, look at it, look. They're beating up Asians. They're doing drugs. The whole time, Esau, it was you who gave Jake the spiked drink. And Jake was finished. So, to mask those sorrows, Jake drunk. Okay, to find some type of comfort. And now that Jake is completely drunk out of his mind, he don't even know what's going on. You see them drunks that just don't even know what the hell is going on. They so drunk out of their mind. Okay, now you want to look at their nakedness, and now which is their shame, and now you want to point the finger, but you're the one who did it. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Okay, that's what's come. That's ultimately Esau's track record is being brought up, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't like his track record to be brought up. He doesn't like that history to be sought up. He's going to try to deviate and point the finger. He's going to try to circumvent. Okay. Drink thou also, what is that drink? What is that cup of slavery? What we drink. And let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Yeah, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, Esau. Meaning you're going to be destroyed. Your kingdom is going to be broken up, which is already broken up. It's going to be broken up further. All right, you elites are going to be, well, the scriptures say that the power shall stand in great fear. All right, I'm not sure if I finished Second Ezra. I'm not sure. I don't think I finished. Let's go back and we'll finish there. Okay. Shameful spewing, Esau. That's why you're taking down brothers' videos, or hate speech, or medical misinformation. However you deem it, or we check the video, we have fact check. You got the double fact checking things. All right, come on. But let me read verse 16 again. 2 Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning, when they go out to do something, it's going to come to pass, because society is going to totally break down. People are going to be mad, man. They're going to be all Maximed up. Okay, well, I went into that word the other day. The love of many shall wax. Is it cold? Yeah, cold or gross. That word meaning psycho. When you go into the Greek, that word there is psycho. I did the lesson, but you can go ahead and Google the word psycho, man. That's how bad it's gonna be. So they're not gonna try to hear what Angela Merkel got to say, or Biden when he do make a appearance, and he not fumbling over his words or forgetting his lines. Okay, they not gonna hear what Kamala Harris got to say. Okay, these different government officials, what the police say. They're not gonna hear about that. They gonna be tired of hearing. Okay, they're gonna be tired of you Edomites speaking. All right, and they're gonna do what? They're gonna take the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, or shall not be able. Okay, not only are you gonna have military roadblocks, okay, and checkpoints. Okay, all right, well, you're gonna have marauders also, and those that see other people that's gonna try to take advantage of them. They're gonna be rolling in groups and gangs and squads and cliques, all for the sake of, ravishing women. Okay, cannibals. Okay, it's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be nasty. All right. Only through the spirit and grace of Yahweh Shema Shai, the elect are going to be delivered. Okay, but that's the beautiful thing, is that if we keep the faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, He's going to deliver us. All right, and that's the miracle. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. No pity. Like right now, there's still pity. Something happened. And get some news coverage. People send you money. GoFundMe. In certain instances, you fall down, people help you up. You know, people have somewhat of pity upon you. People, neighbors giving each other food. It's not a lot of that, but it's still out there. It's still relevant. But we're coming into an evil time in which nobody is going to have pity on each other. Everybody's going to be looking at each other like a bioterrorist, meaning you got some type of disease, okay, or you've been vaccinated, or have you been vaccinated? Oh, okay, you can come by me. Or looking at you, see if you got food, or following you home to see what you got. Women are going to be, and that's one thing I've been noticing, man. Women are being preyed upon even more, man. It's been going up, man. It's been crazy. So you women like to go out your nice little jogs and your runs, and go, you're always going to the same store, and you being watched. All right, you being watched. You better stay in the good graces of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that goes for all of us. Okay, we're all being watched. Okay, that goes for all of us. Okay. A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, you should be trembling at these words. Okay, this is the reality of things. This is what's going to happen. This is what's happening. Okay, this is what's happening right now. This is trending. Okay, for because I read that verse 19, and man shall have no pity. Yeah, I'm just reading the same ones, but it's okay. My mistake. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And we'll end it off on there, okay? It's going to be a lack of bread, okay? And it's going to be great tribulation in the form of what? Well, your water can be turned off, or there can be a tainting of the water supply. We're seeing that out there in Florida, out there in Detroit, that happened, lead in the water. Okay, you out there in Texas during that cold snap, you have parasites in the water. Okay, so your drinking water, it can be tampered with. Your sewage can be turned off. Your water, to where, okay, you take for granted that every time you go to the bathroom, you can just flush the toilet. But what happens when all that gets, backed up, so to speak? You got a family of 6, it's gonna be bad. That's gonna breed diseases. So, that can possibly happen. That is gonna happen. All right. Electricity get turned off. Your heat, your gas, and electric. These are all inconveniences. Sanitation stops picking up the trash. That's gonna breed what? These creeping animals to come in, spread more disease. There's going to be outbreaks. No more gas. Gas stations locked down, shut down. So you can't move anywhere. You can, your movement it's going to be bad, amongst the lack of bread, amongst the famine of the word. So a lot of things are happening. Okay, things are ramping up. Stay focused. Stay prayed up. Until next time, shalom to the elect.